Good evening, everybody. How are you doing tonight? It is Out of the Fog, a local matters bop that goes right across the province, and I love having in the best in business, arts, not-for-profit, because it takes all kinds to make our city and our province a more successful and exciting place to live and work. Am I right? I know I'm right. Tonight we got Chris Ryan coming through. He's going to play 2 songs for us. A little hang as well. He has some cool stuff to say about where he thinks Newfoundland history is when it comes to music, and I can't help but agree. And of course, the amazing Chris Spurvey. He's a sales coach and an author. He's going to talk about confidence. For now, it's the first of 2 songs by Chris Ryan. Let's hit it. This is Slow Down.
I was young, I could see the world from my front porch swing. A dollar bill at a corner store, I thought I could buy anything. I grew up to be the king, but this castle's got a mortgage and a swimming pool, but only when it rains. If I could be the prince again, there's a list of things that I'd like to change. Slow down, we're all spinning in the same direction. Everyone wants everything right now. We got so much world around us. The pictures in your mind don't mean a frame right now. Let's slow down. Now when did our voices get reduced to comments on a thread? I can barely think with the frequency of a noise around my head. Let me take you to the country, an island beach or something where the satellites don't know our every move. Cut the cord for a little while, we'll plug ourselves back in when we run out of bitter things to do. Slow down, we're all spinning in the same direction. Everyone wants everything right now. We got so much world around us. The pictures in your mind don't need a frame right now. Let's slow down. Slow down, slow down. Everyone wants everything right now, right now. Let's slow down. We're all spinning in the same direction. Everyone wants everything right now. We got so much world around us. The pictures in your mind don't need a frame right now. Let's slow down. Let's slow down.
Rogers TV, St. John's.
Anthony will never marry.
If it comes to that, I'll freeze my eggs.
You should freeze your whole body if you're waiting for that.
Anthony, time is running out.
Would you marry me?
Gary's been snail mapped. We've got to go help them.
Seize them!
Patrick, what are you doing?
Free food!
Welcome back, everybody. This is Out of the Fog, and we're back with the one and only country troubadour, balladeer, man about town, Chris Ryan. What do you at?
That's a great intro. I'll take that.
You might have a few more I could throw at you as well. I didn't want to be like too much too soon. You know?
We've got a couple minutes, so let's roll.
Okay, well,
ease it.
maybe later.
We'll ease it.
I can't get rid of it all now. I got to pace it out, you know.
That's great.
So, 2 songs tonight. We're gonna hear one song towards the end of the show. You're gonna sing us out.
Yeah.
Talk about both of these songs so we can all zoom in on the story behind the music.
Yeah, so Slow Down is a tune that was kind of a funny precursor to what we're all going through globally right now in a pandemic, in the sense that it's just about literally just taking a second and stepping back and realizing the beauty and, you know, everything that is great that we have around us. So whether it's, you know, it's landscape or it's people or whatever, just like let's take a step and slow down and get off this social media nonsense and just take a second to really appreciate what we have in our surroundings and our immediate, you know, like perspective, if you will. And then the second song is I Ain't Mad. So that was my last single. It's rolling off of the charts right now just because we've, you know, pretty much well exhausted it. But that means that in March, we've got some new music coming. So there's that excitement to it too.
Oh my God, well, you're doing a good job of being stoic about it, that's for sure. Now, just a quick overview for everybody watching at home. Chris Ryan is no stranger to the provincial music scene. Many tours on and off province, supporting many artists as well, releasing your own music, writing, creating, touring. It just don't stop, does it?
Yeah, you know what? I've been really blessed over the past 4 or 5 years, 6 years, I guess now we're in 2011, to be able to play for some great artists outside of myself. So it seems like I'm sporadically releasing music, but in the same breath, you know, like I've worked with Sierra Noble out of Winnipeg. I've worked with Quentin Reddy when he was based out of Calgary. Carolina East. Kelly Prescott, the Family Brown. Last year I got to go on tour with Johnny Reed across Canada for his Christmas tour with Sierra Noble. Like it's just kind of been a little bit of a whirlwind where I think in this industry, when you can get the opportunity to work and get a contract, just giddy up and just take it. And it's, you know, it's been a lot of fun. I saw a lot of places in the past 5, 6 years that I never in a million years, like I never would have been to a dinosaur museum in Saskatchewan unless it wasn't for touring, you know what I mean? Like that would not have been something I did. But I did it and it was super cool, like just to go see everything, you know. I got to see we did a gig in Calgary and we got to go to the museum, but it's also like it's basically the National Music Museum.
Oh, wow.
In Calgary. And, you know, like when we were there was a big shrine of Geddy Lee basses. But there also was, in saying that, because it was a national museum, there was a super cool tribute to East Coast and Newfoundland music. So it was there was a Cape Breton, Newfoundland, and PEI kind of exhibit there, which was super cool to see. Everybody from the Rankins to Buddy Wassernain to Ron to obviously Alan Doyle.
Who?
At Great Big Sea. Yeah, you probably wouldn't know.
Yeah, no.
But like all these songs were, you know, like they had they had Alan's version of Tickle Cold Pond playing. There was like the Mull River Shuffle from the Rankin family from Cape Breton, you know, like all these super cool like East Coast feely things that while you were going through, and they were all holographic and, you know, just like the things that you don't see. There's one beautiful thing about being from Newfoundland is that no matter where you go, and I've had the great fortune of working right through North America, on different projects, and there's always a reason that people can revert back to Newfoundland. You know what I mean? Like you're in Nashville and you're looking at all the music that's going around and the authenticity of what they're doing, and you just think, you know what? It's no different than George Street on a Tuesday night.
But where is the Newfoundland and Labrador Music Hall of Fame? Where is that here?
Oh, man.
Where can we go to feel and hear and touch and experience our own contribution to the world music scene in our own backyard? Where is that museum?
It's in a kitchen in rural Newfoundland.
Somewhere.
And it's not a specific kitchen. It's just going to be, for authenticity's sake, it's in a kitchen in rural Newfoundland, because I can speak from experience growing up. I grew up in St. John's, but my family's from a rural community in Bonavista, or Bonavista Bay. And like my greatest memories of music, it's not Toby Keith, it's not Dina Carter, it's not Johnny Reed, it's not, and they're all great memories,
of course
don't get me wrong. It's the memories when I'm 8, 10, 12 years old in a kitchen in Southern Bay, Newfoundland, where people are passing around accordions and they're passing around acoustic guitars. There's no ego, there's no expectation, it's just pure enjoyment. And I think that so many people can relate to that exact same experience, that's where the Music Hall of Fame is in Newfoundland. It's not in one specific place, it's in so many different kitchens, in so many different rural communities around this beautiful province.
Talk to me about where we, in the final moment before we go to break, and we'll hear another song from you after towards the end of the show, but I want to make sure everyone watching at home is walking away knowing where they can listen to you.
Yeah, chrisryanmusic.ca is probably the easiest kind of spider web. You know, you can get to my Instagram, you can get to my Facebook, you can get to my Twitter, you can get to my YouTube channel, but chrisryanmusic.ca is the easiest way to do it, mainly because I'm terrible at social media and we have somebody who takes care of my website. So that's probably the most up-to-date that it's going to be.
You're not in my gram enough. I was going to bring that up to you.
No, I'm not good at it. I kind of have a funny little thing that I like my personal life to be my personal life, my private life to be my professional life to be my professional life. My professional life should definitely be way more on my Instagram and my socials, but hey, it's 2021, you know, new year, new me.
Hey, buddy. Come see about me. I'll hook you up.
You got
Guys,
it.
Chris Ryan, amazing. Check him out. Check out his music. Follow along with his adventures here and abroad. This is Out of the Fog, and we'll be right back after this break.
All right, girls.
Mom, you said it's played again.
Workplace injuries hurt the most at home.
With the economic impact of COVID-19 deepening, food banks across Canada are concerned about not having enough food to meet the demand, with many reporting only a 2-week supply remaining. That's why Rogers is partnering with Food Banks Canada in this critical time of need by donating 1 million meals for our fellow Canadians. Let's do what we can. It's time to step up to the plate and donate at foodbankscanada.ca. Together, we can make more possible.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Out of the Fog. What a wicked old time we're having here tonight. Chris Ryan just came through, heard a song. We'll hear one more by him to close out the show. But I am so thankful that I finally got a chance to have this amazing human on the show. To my left, Chris Spurvey. How are you?
Thanks very much, DC. I am very happy to be here with you and experiencing this. This is amazing.
Well, it's fun to be here in the studio. We're talking about it before the episode. You know, there's a lot that goes on here behind the scenes, guys, of a little show here. The studio, the volunteers, the amazing people working here every day to make it happen. So this is a moment to thank them. But now we're going to bring it right back to you. We'll start off by talking about the responsibility of leaders in any organization, salespeople, company ambassadors. Would you agree that there's a lot on the shoulders of leaders in different industries and different companies?
Oh my God, yes. A huge, I guess, responsibility. You know, what grows businesses and drives revenue for businesses is the relationships that the individual companies have out there in the marketplace. So it's upon all leaders within the business to be growing these relationships, and that just results in revenue, which results in a profitable organization. So it's a huge responsibility, and all, in my opinion, all leaders within business should be playing a role in growing the revenue of businesses, not just the salespeople.
Now, I want to make sure that everyone watching at home understands that business is not just a capital corporation game, whether you're in arts organizations or not-for-profits. The dynamic of what is required to be successful in terms of sales is pretty much universal, am I right?
Oh, absolutely. It's all revenue grows through relationships, and you know, the whole piece of sales within an organization, it all really boils back to how the quality relationships that we have out there with our potential customers, with our current customers, and all the stakeholders within business. So it's a complex subject, but if you really think about it, it's all a one-to-one, human-to-human interaction. And if you can get to a point where in your heart, you want to be of service to your ideal client or your ideal stakeholder, if it's a nonprofit, and in your heart you want to serve them, well, you're looking for their problem and you're trying to figure out, can I solve that problem? And if you can, you just tell them and you take it from there.
I see a little book there. Why don't you put that up and show everybody? Boom. Now, who wrote that masterpiece, I wonder?
Well, I wrote this book.
You didn't know. Stop that.
I wrote this book in 2016.
And I know you did, because I read it cover to cover, loved it. Then I started, having known you in different ways, zoomed in on who you were, and I uncovered quite an amazing story that has led you to where you are now, which is a very successful sales leadership coach and an author as well. Why don't you share your story with me, and maybe there'll be a few people at home listening to it.
Yeah, well, I guess, you know, I mean, everyone has a story. And as I reflected on my story back, I was in a position back in 2015, the company that I had been representing from a sales perspective, it was acquired, and I was working for this organization, and I was looking for a passion project. And I decided, you know what, it's time for me to write the book that I had always in my heart. No one was inside me. So I hired a coach and got to work in 2015, and I published It's Time to Sell in 2016. But I didn't have initially the idea of what it could become for me, right? So I'm now, this has become really everything that I represent today and everything that I do. But initially it was just a passion project. I wanted to tell my story of going from struggling in sales to finding a way to sell that felt good to me and produced results.
I think that's pretty incredible. And just to iterate that, in a leadership, fast-paced, sales-based role, like so many of us out there, whether you own a company or are employed by a company in any fashion, the responsibility to represent and to earn trust, which leads to sales, which often leads to financial, but there's a whole bunch of byproducts around earning trust that are not necessarily financially driven. Would you agree?
Oh, 100%, yeah. I mean, people make the decision to buy based on how they feel, and then they justify it logically. Now, what that means is that as a salesperson, as a business leader, we want to be engaging in relationships of trust, and we want to be looking out for the long-term gain versus the one transaction today that will produce revenue for our companies. So trust is something that is built. It's built over time, and so it's a complex subject, but it's all about meeting somebody, connecting with somebody at a deep level, and having them believe, and you having the intention of helping them and serving them.
How do you take the culmination of so much time and effort and passion and collaboration to create this book that has sold so many copies, and now you forayed into coaching of people around the world. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is amazing. I wake up every day, I get on today Zoom and work one-on-one with business leaders, and really I listen. I listen a lot, right, and ask questions. And these questions that I ask typically are probing, and then the person I'm working with, they say, you know what, I can do that. It's a written down item that they do. I hold them accountable, and business flows from that, right? One of the things that I do think we all lack is, unless we decide to engage with an external objective third party, is it's very hard to be accountable to ourselves, right? So this is the little niche I've carved for myself, which is holding my clients accountable for the actions that they say they're going to take, and then we talk about next week, and the cycle continues. So it's led to a lot of organizations producing some growth.
Well, I know a lot of clients, and I am proud to say that I have been one, that have gone on to do great things because of what you have unlocked in them. And I often use the word creative courage, but there's also confidence in that lexicon that I think is important for all of us to have someone in a coaching fashion help us unlock, because sometimes we don't see what our value is, and we need someone like you to objectively come and help us reconnect to what those values are.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the one thing that I've come to realize is that confidence is a result. So sometimes I'm working with somebody and they'll say, you should do this, this, and this. And they'll say, well, no, I don't really feel like I can do that because I don't have the confidence to do that. And so then I'll say, well, don't you realize that confidence is a result of just doing it? So one of the things I recall early in my career, I was asked to get up in front of large groups of people and do talks. And as I was getting up on the stage, I would say to myself, to get the energy to do the thing, I just got to do the thing. I was as nervous as heck. But I found as I said that, I just did it. And I gained confidence as a result of just doing it. So really what it comes down to is initially we need to have the courage to just go and do it, and confidence will come. So the nice thing about having an accountability coach, somebody to pick you up when you fall down and help you out, is you get the energy of having somebody who believes in you and can help you do it.
Well, I'll say what, and this is for everyone to listen to, every word of what I'm about to say in the final few seconds of this interview. What you've done for me and so many of my contemporaries and colleagues in our local market has been incredible. So for everybody watching out here, if you're trying to break through the glass ceiling that you've built for yourself, you need Chris Spurvey to come through and help you unlock what's up. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, you're welcome, DC. It's been a pleasure.
I love it. Guys, this is Out of the Fog. Right back after this break. Welcome back, everybody. Well, what can I say? It's been another wicked old episode of Out of the Fog here tonight. Chris Spurvey, what can I say about that guy? He has so much to offer. His story is amazing. His book is awesome. And I want you guys to message the Rogers line or just Twitter me, and you'll get a copy of Chris's amazing book, It's Time to Sell, absolutely free and only from us here at the Amazing Rogers. To sing us out, one more song from Chris Ryan, Big Things from That Boy. Keep it locked and follow him on the social medias. This is Out of the Fog. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. Thanks to the volunteers and the staff and everyone who helps make these shows possible. We'll see you next time.
You don't listen when I'm whining my blues. Change the channel when I'm watching the news. You ain't afraid of lighting my fuse. Oh, girl, you got some kind of nerve. Feel like my house is an extreme makeover. Any resistance is like pushing a bowl. My last cigarette, I smoked it over my shoulder. Girl, you got your hooks in me. But I ain't mad. All the little things you're taking, I don't ever want them back. So don't feel bad, I might never have the things I used to have. But I ain't mad, no. keeps knocking, but I'm never at home. I got 8 missed calls on my phone. Guess he's getting tired of drinking alone. Oh, girl, don't I got some kind of nerve? People say that I lost my groove. I'm still dancing, I just changed my moves since I got busy getting down with you. Oh, girl, you got a hold on me, but I ain't mad. The little things you're taking, I don't ever want them back. So don't feel bad, I might never have the things I used to have, but I ain't mad, no. Taking, I don't ever want them back. So don't feel bad, I might never have the things I used to have, but I ain't mad. I'm out on a living, I ain't ever coming back. So don't feel bad, I might never have things I used to have, but I ain't mad, no. I ain't mad. I ain't mad, no.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line. Email